With over 400 celebrity interviews and tons of pop culture nerdiness, Too Opinionated is a safe haven for your inner geek. Find us at meistercon.com or on YouTube under MeisterCon Pod. And please subscribe. It would really help us out. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I'm so excited today. I've got do-it-yourself and sustainability content creator Christine Lan with me. So welcome, Christine.
Hi. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is fun.
Yeah, I was super excited to get you on the show. Our mutual other friend, Christine, kind of connected us, and I was thrilled to death that she did. And I've been kind of perusing your social media, and the stuff you do is really neat.
Oh, thank you. I started it about two years ago.
Oh, it's only been a couple of years. Well, you've accomplished a lot in a couple of years.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we got to talk all about the eco-friendly kind of living that you promote. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about your background. You know, what got you into that? I know you've done a little bit of acting. What got you into the entertainment business? Just give us a little bit of your background.
Yes. So I'm a professional actress here in Montreal. And during the pandemic, it was really quiet. So I started to post some videos on TikTok. And one of my first videos that I posted on TikTok early 2020 blew up to over 500,000 views. And I think I think I got over 10,000 followers overnight. And I was like, oh my God, people are watching me. I have to post every day. I felt like a huge responsibility to be
That's
there.
A lot of people to get in a day.
In a day, yeah. So it's really stressful. So I would shoot a video every day, and I learned to edit everything, do it all by myself. And what I posted was, so I'm an eco-friendly person. I've always liked the environment. I was part of the environmental club, and I used to make everything myself just to save money and to help reduce waste for the planet. And over 10 years ago, I used to make my own skincare and makeup to help reduce waste, especially makeup. Everything that you buy comes packaged in plastic, and not only plastic, but black plastic, which you can't even recycle. So I ditched makeup cold turkey and started to play around with ingredients in my kitchen. So I started to document it on Instagram before TikTok. And a lot of friends and family were really interested in what I was doing. So I just post the recipes there. So when TikTok came, I think I did a really stupid video of me mixing ingredients, and people thought it was so intriguing to see somebody make their own products. So when I started social media, I didn't know what to do. And I have a friend that's a huge content creator, and he was telling me, you have to niche down and really talk about what you like every single day. And I thought it was hard to talk about makeup every day because I'm not really a makeup person. It was just something I did to be friendly to the planet. Right. So I started to only talk about makeup, but I wasn't happy because I noticed the people that liked makeup didn't necessarily care about the planet. So then I went broader, and I would talk about ways to reduce waste in all aspects of your life. So now the channel is mostly DIY, do it yourself, be proactive in doing something for yourself to reduce waste, and it empowers you to be able to make everything you can. So that's my channel.
I love that. I love that. Well, okay, so let me back up a little bit. So when you were going through school, did you do theater?
Yes. So I went directly into my content creation, but I'm actually a trained professional in theater. And I was also a figure skater before I went into acting. Yeah, so I was a figure skater, and I really like to skate, but more than skating, I really like to interpret my programs. And it was hard to do both. It was really hard to be an elite level skater and also go to study theater, because that you had to skate 40 hours a week plus go to school. I couldn't do that. So one had to go. So I went directly into theater. And theater, that's where I met my friend Christine. And it was a really intense 3-year program. And when I graduated, it was a bit hard for me to work because it was not the same as school. School,
Right.
you're always doing plays, and then all of a sudden you're thrown out into the real world and you're just like anyone else and nobody knows you. So you really had to start from the beginning. And when I started, it was really hard for people of color like me. So
Yeah.
I would only audition maybe 8 times a year. And it was really depressing to know that, you know, the parts that I would get would only be like a one-liner or the best friend or the friend. So it was really hard for me to stay positive that I could make a living out of this. So yeah, that's my story as an actor.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think that's a similar story to a lot of actors.
Mhm.
It's tough out there.
Yes. And it's
Yeah.
hard because you go into this program, they only take about 14 to 20 people every year, and they
Oh
tell
yeah.
you, you're the best. We took you because you're the best. And then you graduate and you're not like you're not working like they say you will. So it's the whole mind shift of like, okay, I'm just a small person in this big field and
Right.
there's so many people. So to keep yourself trained and busy is really hard as an actor.
Did your acting skills help you with the content creation?
No, I think my acting skills, I think acting really made me self-conscious. And I think that
Really?
as acting, you're always trying to be somebody else. I
Yeah.
thought it was really hard to be myself because I would go to auditions and one of my first agents would say, well, maybe you're not sexy enough, or maybe you have to wear high heels or stuff your bra. So I always felt like I'm not pretty enough to be in acting. So when I started social media, I noticed that the more I was myself, people liked me more. The more I could
Yes.
show my flaws, the more I could show up just like this was when people started to follow me and like me. And that's what social media is. It's not trying to be somebody else. And I think that's why the younger generation, Gen Z, actually likes social media so much. And I do find a lot of actors that want to do social media do have some kind of film in front of them trying to cover who they really are. And I'll tell them,
Right.
like, just let go, just be fun on your post because that's what people want to see. Most people that watch you are regular people. So you don't
Yeah.
have to try to
Yeah,
be
that's it. I
perfect.
mean, that's a really good point because we
Mhm.
experienced something similar with the podcast.
Yes.
We had no clue what we were doing when we
No.
started, and but we didn't try to hide it. You know, if we screwed something up, we just left it in there and
Yes.
just kind of
Yes.
let everybody see the flaws and behind the scenes and stuff. And that seemed to help us. You know, our
Yes.
audience grew,
Because everyone
you know,
is
even though we were
human.
making the mistakes.
Yes. And I think that, you know, before people, it would be more like Instagram models and filters. But I think the younger generation sees past that. And I
Yeah.
find those Instagram models that now go to TikTok don't really do very well because people want to see authentic people that are not filtered
Yeah.
and have real problems, like everyday problems too. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's evolved a little bit from where it
Mhm.
was before. It was
Yes.
just an escape. So
Yes.
you were just going on there and seeing nonsense,
Mhm.
basically. But it let you get your mind off stuff. But now, you know, most people use social media as a way to educate themselves on
Yes.
things that they're interested in.
Mhm. And you will find your audience, like not everyone has to like you because there's so many people on the internet. You're going to find your own tribe in your
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You have to have a little bit of a thick skin
Yes, a
because you
very
always
thick
get the
skin.
ones that do not like you.
Oh yes, I get hate every day. You just
Can
like
you,
let it go.
yeah, you have to.
Yes.
You have
And
to.
they don't know you.
Can you still figure skate?
No, well, I can skate still, but I can't be doing those triple jumps and stuff like
Okay.
that. But I can, because you really need to practice every day to do that. But I still know how to skate and I still do skate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I was going, that's why I was asking was, you know, do you still skate for
Yes,
yourself?
just for fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty good. I never could get you know, the figure skating down because of just the one, you know, line that it has in the middle of the skate. I grew up roller skating, which we, you know, you had four wheels on each
Oh yes,
roller
those
skate.
roller
Now it's all
skates
inline skating.
inline.
Back then it was four wheels.
And
We
figure
used to
skates
love
have, I think figure skates have those picks. those
Yes.
little pigs.
Yeah.
So I was in a TV series last winter and they taped up the pigs and I couldn't skate. And I'm like, but I'm a figure skater. You can't tape that because they really wanted to make the whole blade black when they were shooting. So they put tape on it, but they didn't realize that I needed the pics as a figure skater.
Yeah. They probably you could have got hurt trying to do
Yes,
that.
but I didn't get hurt.
So if I remember, well, I'm not remembering correctly. My daughter tells me that she's pretty sure you have done a Christmas movie or are doing a Christmas movie that's coming out.
I've done a few Christmas things.
Yeah.
I'm usually typecast as an elf because I'm really small. So I play elves a lot. And
Well, I think that's what she said was
yes.
that the one she's thinking of, you were an elf.
Yes, I was in a Hallmark movie called North Pole Open for Christmas.
Yep,
It's with
that's it.
yeah, it's with Bailey Madison and one of the Lori Loughlin.
Oh,
she's in it also. So I played a little elf Bobbin, and I'm the confused slow talking elf. And I do a web kind of, it's an app that parents pay, and Santa Claus talks to them every day. So, and I'm one of the elves on this in its second season. I've been in it for 2 seasons, and I'm one of the elves named Thule. So
that's nice.
I think we do like 25 episodes or so every season. So
that's a lot of episodes.
We shoot that in February, I believe, every year.
Really? And then does it not show until the next holiday?
Yeah, it doesn't show till I think it's December 1st.
Yeah, that's pretty great. That's a
have
lot of episodes.
Yeah, the ears, the nose. It's really funny. And I had the nose and I couldn't blow my nose because it was all glue. And I think I did a video on TikTok that really went viral. I had the ears and nose and I took it home and I melted it. And I was showing people that it's made out of something that you could actually eat, but I didn't eat it. But they were telling me that if you put it in hot water, it will melt.
Oh, what, did it melt?
Yes, it melted, but then the glue was still there, so it looked like snot.
That's funny.
That was a lot of fun.
How did you figure out how to make your own makeup?
It was a lot of trial and error. I read a lot of books. I went on the internet, and for mascara, it took me 2 years to formulate something that would work because I tried all the recipes online and it would make me like it would leak. And so I did a lot of trial and error, and it took me about 2 years to figure that formulation out. And just a lot of trial and error using cocoa powder, matcha powder, different kinds of things that I had in the kitchen, cornstarch, to make products that I could use. Now, I mean, it doesn't stay on your face all day, but what I do is I usually work from home, put on my makeup, and my work doesn't take long to shoot a video. And that's perfect for me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. When you were trying to learning kind of to do that, did you try things that didn't work?
Yes. I tried a lot of things that didn't work, and I didn't really understand preservatives. And if you put water in anything, it will turn into mold. So so I learned a lot that way. And also just seeing what ingredients and colors work for me. When some things didn't really show or I took beets, I tried to grind them into a powder, and it didn't really stick on my face. It was more grainy. So a lot of trial and error, and it was a lot of fun experiments.
Yeah, I like the fact that your makeup, it's very light.
Yeah.
It's even when you're wearing it, it's more like an accent instead of like a real heavy makeup.
Yes, so I had to really learn how to love the natural shape of my face, because I feel that when I used to buy makeup, I would try to, make my nose smaller, make this bigger. And when I quit makeup cold turkey, I didn't wear it for a year. So I would get used to my face. And then after I was like, I actually like my face. I just want to enhance what I have.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. I think that's a really good way to do it, because I think a lot of women make the mistake of putting too
Changing.
much on.
Yes, and changing, because it's really important to love what you have, because that's what you live with.
Well, that's true, because yeah, sometimes well, a lot of times you see people putting the makeup on, they don't even look like themselves.
No, no. So this is
Yeah.
my makeup preference. I know some people like to do, extravagant stuff, but that's what I like to focus on, is finding the natural beauty within and bringing it out with makeup to not mask, but enhance.
Yeah. Has it improved the like your skin tone or the quality of your skin?
Yes. So I noticed that when I went to auditions, I would put foundation and all these things.
All right, so we froze up for just a second, but just
Yes, we're
repeat
back.
what you were saying there at the end.
Yes. So I was talking about, oh yes, when I went to auditions, I would put makeup on, and then when I would take it off, I would have pimples for the next 3-4 days.
Yeah.
And it was the cycle of like covering it up for auditions, getting more pimples, and it was a whole negative cycle. So I noticed that I didn't really need foundation. What am I covering? So I would just do less and less makeup, and my skin got a lot clearer. And the more clear my skin was, I felt like I didn't need makeup on my skin,
Right.
like necessarily on my skin. So I will put powder for shine for auditions, but I won't actually cover the tone of the skin. And we're all human. We all have pores. We all have, freckles and stuff like that. So what's that? And I find with acting, we are still playing regular people. We're not,
right.
We're not trying to be perfect.
I really like the way you look at that, because you're almost promoting like positive body image.
Yes. And loving yourself for who you are.
I think that's really great, because a lot of times that's the trap, right? Especially with younger people, is because my wife and I'll have that conversation where we're like, somebody needs to teach them how to put makeup on, because they don't know, and they you end up putting too much on, and you end up changing
who you are. Yeah. And sometimes it's better not even to put, like, you're beautiful as you are. And I don't promote, like, even though I sell makeup, I really don't promote that people need to wear makeup too. If they don't want to, that's fine too.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a video where you were making soy-free tofu.
Oh, yes. Yes. So I like to experiment with a lot of things and blend different cultures. And that's because of my cultural background.
Yeah.
I did soy-free tofu video, and this girl from, I think it was India or Pakistan, she was telling me that I stole her recipe. And I was like, I think that you're mistaken, because the recipe you gave me doesn't include lentils. It includes, chickpea flour. Plus, my family, by looking at me, you may think I'm Chinese, but my family's actually from Mauritius, which is in the Indian Ocean and part of Africa. So we do eat a blend of, Chinese, Indian, French, and African food. So
that sounds pretty great.
Yeah, so a lot of different spices, and we take a lot of cultural influences. So the food that I make and I say that I share on my page is actually a blend of everything that I grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to appreciate different cultures and mix them together.
Yeah, so no, I completely agree. It kind of caught my interest. My wife's got a soy allergy, and that's one, because she tries to eat, vegan most of the time, or vegetarian, and that's a lot of times the alternative. If you go somewhere, they're like, well, we can do tofu, and she's like, well, I can't do tofu.
No. Yeah, this is a good recipe, and I do like it a lot, because that you can put different spices to make it different flavors too. It's really a blank canvas. Yeah.
It's pretty neat. When you really get into food and the recipes, you can like use different types of food to imitate other types of food that I never would have thought that was possible.
No, and it's a whole creative process. I like cooking a lot and trying to reduce waste by cooking with things that people usually throw away. So even I have videos about pumpkins. A lot of people buy pumpkins for Halloween and just throw
Yeah.
them away. So I had a whole series of videos of what you could do with your pumpkins, and actually made the tofu out of the pumpkins and lentils, the soy-free tofu.
Really?
Yes. So yeah,
No,
there's so many different
that's
things you can
pretty
make.
great. Well, and the other thing that I saw was you were going to a festival and everything you
Yes.
brought was like disposable or recyclable.
Yes, yes. Everything that I brought was I could reuse.
Yeah.
So I do have a bag that I carry with me. I think that a lot of people don't really know where to start to help reduce waste. And I think that even in your purse, keeping a extra set of cutlery or a little cup in your can reduce something by a little bit, and that's good. And a lot of people think that they can't do anything, so they're not going to do anything. They can't do
Right.
one thing is not enough. They have to do everything. But in the end, if everyone does a small thing, it counts and it really helps to make the world a better place.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's how all of us need to be. But most of us are just like that, where we don't know where to start. It seems
No.
too big.
Hmm. So just
You
to
know,
focus on the easiest thing that you can do is maybe put something in your bag that you can reuse, like a cup or something, a reusable
yeah.
mug.
I
Mhm.
think that's really good because if you've ever been to a festival, what do you see? You just see trash everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
So if we can help reduce some of that just by carrying a few items. I like the utensil one too. That's a good one.
Yes. And I like to show people very simple ways, because most people that are very interested in helping save the planet don't know where to start. And it's
Yeah,
accessible to everyone. Everyone has cutlery in their drawer. You
that's
don't
right.
need to go and buy new ones.
We had Ed Begley Jr. on, who is kind of a famous for his environmentalism,
Oh,
and he's his entire house is self-containing. Everything is energy efficient with that. And I did the same thing with him. I was like, when somebody sees what you're doing, that's very intimidating because nobody's like, I can't do that.
no,
So his was the same way. He said, well, you don't need to. He said,
no.
just do the little things that you're able to do, and that'll help.
Mhm. And I like to meet people where they're at and help them on that journey, because everyone starts at a different place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So have you actively marketed your cosmetics or your skincare products?
Actively, you mean in
Like,
stores?
do you have a website? Are you
Oh,
selling the products, or are you more giving just the tutorials on how to make the product?
okay. So I started off making my products by hand, but it
Yeah.
got too hectic making everything at home. So they're actually manufactured now by somebody else. And you can actually, I'm launching it at the end of this week. It's going to be called
Ooh.
alonaearth.com. And they're all products. It's basically fusing all my heritage and different cultures. So the oils come from parts of Madagascar.
Uh-huh.
It's manufactured in France, and it has Mauritian people that help in the back end. So it's a whole bunch of different cultures that are fused into the making of this product. It's all in glass, and they're all EcoCert and organic and fair trade and
It's
everything.
amazing. It's amazing to me that you just started messing around in your kitchen for yourself,
Yes.
and now you're having the stuff made outside of the home.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How difficult was it to find somebody to actually manufacture it?
I'm working with a team of people. So one of the guys on my team knows a lot of manufacturers, and
Yeah.
they worked with them before. So we chose France because they are they are French people that lived in Mauritius. So I think there's a connection with
Yeah.
Mauritius. And in France, you're not allowed to do any animal testing. So we really like that. And if
That's
we want
good.
to eventually sell in Europe, it has to pass certain laws in Europe. So it's all set for the EU certification. there's more strict regulations for cosmetics in Europe. So that's why we really wanted to stick to making them in Europe.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So what other type of skincare products do you
So we're
make?
starting off with skin, like moisturizers and soaps. So we have a line of 3 different oils for your face and 3 different soaps. And all the soaps are made with the oils that we're also selling. So we're having some oils for dry skin, some for combination skin. And I really grew up using oils for my skin to hydrate, especially in Quebec. It's really, really cold.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like protect your skin from the windy cold.
Yeah, I'm amazed with how far you've come in such a short period of time. But it kind of shows you how much, one, people are starting to be concerned with the environment and their impact on it. And 2, they're really just wanting a simpler alternative to all of the stuff that's out there.
Yes, and especially in the skincare and beauty industry, they make you feel like you need to use this product to be beautiful and this and this. And for me, I think it's really simplifying everything, not having to buy 25 makeup products or 25 skincare products. All you need is, something to wash your face, moisturize your face, and maybe exfoliate your skin. So I really wanted it to break it down to have like lesser products, but good quality products.
Yeah, I like that. Did I see you were doing something with kombucha?
Yes, lots of kombucha. That brought a lot of people that didn't know that kombucha was made out of a bacteria and yeast.
Yeah.
That looks really scary. And yeah, I just like to educate people that this is something that you make kombucha with, and it's actually good for your gut, and it can make your skin radiant. So just teaching people about things that you can make at home too. So I do make my kombucha at home, and a lot of fermented drinks too, like ginger beer and tepache. So it's a Mexican fermented drink. So lots of fermented stuff.
I need to come visit.
Yes, we have lots of drinks.
Yeah, I like kombucha, but you had me at ginger beer.
Yes, ginger beer is good.
Ginger beer fan. So do you have plans to expand this further, or are you going to try your hand at like a clothing line or anything else associated with it?
Maybe. So right now we're really focusing on skincare.
Yeah.
But we do have thoughts and ideas of maybe having a underwear, like sustainable underwear brand, or even clothing. So for now, we're really focusing on skin and makeup, but in the future, we would like to sell a lot of things that are eco-friendly and sustainable.
Yeah, I love the fact that with your videos, you're very open with what you're doing. So you're not trying to hide anything. You just this is how it works. This is what it looks like. This is the process. Good and bad. You show all of it.
Yeah, even if it failed. I have some videos where I failed.
Yeah, and I think that's neat because that's part of the reason people don't start stuff, because they're worried about failing.
Yes.
And you just show it's no big deal. It didn't work, so we'll try something else.
Because I saw this trend on TikTok where girls put Vaseline on their eyelashes and it made it curl. So I took my Vaseline that I made and it didn't work. And it was very hyped up, like, this is supposed to work. You're supposed to do like this. And then I curled it and I was like, yeah, this doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, just kind of makes your eyelashes stick to your head, I think.
So I do like being transparent and showing people it's okay to fail, and it's okay. It's a natural part of life.
Yeah.
And you learn this way too.
So with the acting, is there a genre that you haven't got to do that you would like to try?
I guess I like comedies a lot. I think I do a lot of dramas here in Montreal because I think there's so many more dramatic things. I love comedy a lot, and I do like working on kids shows. So I've done kid shows too, and yeah, I do like that. I think that maybe having my own like DIY show.
You could totally do that. There's so many networks that's what they're showing.
Yes, so I think that would probably be really fun to like go into a studio and do DIY every day.
Have you done any like a hosting, anything
I
where you're or emceeing?
I actually Leonardo DiCaprio's organization Rewild contacted me last year,
Yeah.
and he was doing a documentary called Planet Rewild, and they actually brought the film crew to my house and we shot some DIY type contents here. Not
Oh, that's
everything made it.
awesome.
Yeah, not everything made it to the final cut, but it was really cool to have them host, like me host everything in my own kitchen.
Leo didn't come with him, did he?
No, I was like, oh, too bad.
I'm not sure how I would handle that if Leo showed up in my kitchen.
He's too big for that.
He's definitely too big for mine. Maybe
Yeah.
he could show up for yours. At least you could teach him something.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. But it's really incredible how social media brought a lot of attention to me, even as an actor, because that I don't think I was anyone really known. And I think with social media, I really built it myself.
Yeah, doesn't that feel kind of good
Yeah.
because it's all on your own. You're
Yes,
not
all my
relying on somebody else's vehicle to showcase you. You're just doing it yourself.
and I can show up like however I want. I can wear whatever I want. I can wear a big puffy dress, and I have worn big puffy dresses. But with auditions, I felt like, okay, these are my clothes for auditions, and
Yeah.
this is my clothes for home. So it's nice to be able to just be yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself. Have you went on any auditions where they already knew you from social media?
Everything now is through self-tape.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so my success really happened during the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe
I
they
don't know
see.
why I didn't make that connection, but yeah, of course it did. We were all looking for stuff to do when we were
Mhm.
stuck at home.
Yeah.
You actually did something useful.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
Some of us did not do as much
No.
that was
So it's
useful.
nice to be able to advance in life during the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah, that's impressive with that. But it makes sense because a lot of us were trying our hands at cooking things
Yes.
that we'd never done before. A lot of people were making bread and that type of thing. And you were
Mhm.
doing similar things. You were just using it for makeup.
Yes, makeup, and I do all like DIY in general. So I think people were really looking at how-to videos,
Yeah,
which
your
really
how-to videos are really well done.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
because they're real easy to follow.
Yes.
You dumb it down without talking down to people.
No. And it's very short, so you can, watch it really fast and get an idea of how to do it instead of
Yeah.
watching a long 10-minute video.
Yes. Don't everybody hates those. Like when you go and you're needing to learn how to do something.
Or you fast
The
forward.
last thing you want is like a half-hour video,
Yes. So I
talking
do like
about the history of something and all. Just show me how to do it.
So I do show up every day, like short format videos, but I do have longer format videos on YouTube for those true fans that really want to see
Okay. See, I
me
think
for
that's
a
good. If
longer
they
time.
want to dig in, they can
Yes.
dig in.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Do you are you creative in other ways? Do you write? Do you play or do you sing? Do you play an instrument? Anything like that? Paint?
I used to play the organ as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I was not very good. But my mom put me in organ because my big sister played the organ and
Yeah,
she spent so much on the instrument. So I
makes sense.
naturally played the organ, but actually, I think I was really the figure skater. I really liked
Yeah,
to skate a lot, and that took a lot of time. And
yeah. Of course it did.
I think that because of my background as an athlete, social media came a bit easier to me because that even if I put a video out there and there were only 5 views, I put myself there every day. So an
Right.
athlete trains every day, and I think the success of a social media person is to put themselves out every day too, because you never know when it's going to get more views or more people will eventually like you and see you.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good point. Do you have a favorite product that you have discovered?
That I make,
Yeah, that you
that
make.
I love my mascara because
Okay.
mascara used to irritate my eyes a lot.
Yeah,
And I couldn't find a mascara that wouldn't leak that was natural. So the mascara that I make, I like a lot.
that's pretty good. Does it
Yeah.
hold up to like moisture?
Moisture. So you can't really make a product that's waterproof, that's eco-friendly, because you need some kind of a silicone or a
Right.
plastic coating. So yeah, of course, if you go swimming, it's going to leak, but in the summer heat, it's fine. And it's okay to just reapply. And I felt that when I used to buy mascara, my eyelashes would fall out. So
Yeah.
with this, it's ingredients that actually nourish your eyelashes.
Well,
So
I
it's
like
shea
that.
butter. Yeah. So different kind of shea butter and different ingredients that help with the growth of eyelashes.
Yeah, that's something that I would never have thought of.
So it's a more of a care routine than like a makeup. It's more of a body care.
Yeah, I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really good. So when you started, you're like, I'm going to try to do this.
Yes.
Then I'm assuming at that point you're researching to figure it out so
Yes.
that you
What
know how to
ingredients?
what to test or what to try,
Yeah.
that
What
type of thing.
ingredients and the
What ingredients
ratios.
and then like once you got into it and got the hang of it a little bit, were you able to just try things on your own without looking anything up?
Yeah, I don't really look anything up now. I kind of know the ratios of making a lip balm
Right.
or a cream. So I know like the weight of a wax or a butter is how heavy in comparison to oil. And I had my neighbors try the products out too, because what
Oh
works
yeah,
for me may not work for
that's
everyone.
right.
And my neighbor actually loves the cream that I make, and she's been getting it from me for over 2 years. She's always like, I need your cream. I told everyone about it.
That's so exciting. Christine, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time. I'm so interested in what you're doing because I think it has so many applications, and the world we're living in now, it's only going to get worse.
Yes.
So the more we can do to kind of protect the environment,
Mhm.
and you're kind of you're self-sufficient. You're doing some stuff on your own, which always makes you feel good.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you get proud of yourself for doing something on your own. Plus, you save a little money.
Mhm. And I
Yeah,
like to
it's
help
pretty
people
great.
along the way too. I'll help as many people along the way too.
Yeah, I read some of the comments in some of your videos and stuff, and
Mhm.
you're really good about responding, giving advice, and you're very interactive, which I think a lot
Yes,
of creators aren't
you have to.
interactive.
You have to interact with them because that they're there for you. They support
Right.
you. They see you as you're almost like their friend. They see you online
Yes.
every day, so you have to nurture your audience. They're there for you. They're the ones that will root for you, even when you're
That's right.
not doing well. So I don't reply to negative comments, but everyone who is positive, I will write back to them.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, we try to do that with the podcast. Mostly the negative ones we'll ignore or
Yeah.
we'll just say, thanks for your opinion or whatever,
Yes.
just kind of but the positive ones you try to encourage those.
Yes. I mean, it's hard to interact with all the comments if a video goes viral, but I
Sure.
try to interact with especially the people that commented within the first hour. I'll get back to them.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, because they're invested.
Yes, yes, they're the true fans. I actually get a lot of young girls that will message me and tell me that they're under 18 and they want to change their life because of me, and they got their parents to be more eco-friendly. So
Love it.
it's really sweet to hear the younger generation
Yeah,
likes
you're
my,
making an impact.
yeah.
I think that's terrific. So what's the future hold? Where do you want to take this?
I want to have generally more of an impact. I was invited to Hollywood's climate summit in the summertime. So just to be more in the public. I was also invited to COP27, but I couldn't go this year. So I do hope to go for next year. Just being in the public more, being a figure to help change the world and a role model to younger generations, and to expand my business too in skincare or even anything else that my company does.
Yeah, I love that. Are these organizations and events, are they just reaching out to you because they see you as kind of an expert in this type of thing?
Yes, so I was on the panel for Hollywood's Climate Summit to talk about social media and how we use it for change and how to
Yes.
encourage people to do good. And I think a lot of these organizations want to they really want to know how we can influence people on social media. So it's a good, and a lot of businesses want to know too.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So a couple little things, Christine, before we wrap up. Anything on the acting side that you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
I think it's the web thing that I did. It's called Portable North Pole. It's on, I think it's 10 countries in the world can download it, or
Wow.
I think you pay for the app. And if you have a kid and they like Santa, Santa can talk to them every single day. So
I love that.
I'm an elf on that show for this season. And I did something for NBC, though I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything.
Yeah. Well, wait, okay. So what's the genre for NBC?
Comedy. It's kind of like romantic comedy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think
Yes.
you'd be good in that. Yeah. Is that is it going to be something that's going to be on the network, or is it going to be on like
this is just a pilot.
So just a pilot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think I can say much, but
okay. So I'm assuming yes, that as soon as you're able to talk about it, you'll put that out on social media. So kind of run through all your social media.
So so far I am on TikTok as eco.amical. I'm also on Pinterest by the same name. I think I'm going to change my name, everything to Eco-Amical, because when I started, I was eco.friendly.actress for Instagram. But since my business is coming out, I think everything is going to be eco.amical really soon.
Yeah. You gotta promote the brand.
Yes. So it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, what else? YouTube. There's a few. Pinterest. I think there's five different things.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Because every time you put something, like every time you add a social media, you're just adding to the work you got to do each day.
Yes.
It takes a little time to put that stuff up.
I have a management team that's behind me that, does help with a lot of especially draft negotiations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. I need a team to help with that stuff.
It is a lot of work. And some people think that it's just me filming my life. And yes, it is me filming my life, but there's a lot of behind the scenes too.
That's right. A lot of prep, I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Christine, thank you so much. And you got to come back. We got to talk some more about that when you get ready to launch something or you got your next acting gig. You got to come back and talk about it.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. Hold on one second. This has been terrific. I absolutely had a blast. I knew it would be. When I really started going into your stuff, I was like, this is somebody that is making a difference, which is exactly, the type of person we want to have on the show. So I'm just thrilled to death to have you. Okay, hold on one second. All right, so that was content creator Christine Lan. Pretty darn good actress too, so don't want to lose that within the conversation, because she's so creative, and the things that she's doing I think are really interesting and positive impacts on the world we're living in. But I don't want to lose sight of the fact that she's actually a really good actress too. So if you get a chance to see her in her acting roles, definitely take advantage of that. She's really good. And if you're interested in, living eco-friendly or living green or making your own makeup or skincare products, definitely check out Christine's social media, because there's a ton of really interesting, good things that are useful, which I think is terrific. I love the fact that she brought up a few times that, she's just herself. She doesn't use filters. She doesn't do anything that makes herself look any different. She's just herself. And I think that's rare with social media. So it's really, really refreshing. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that was a little bit different. We're really trying to expand, the offerings that we have. We try to cover the entertainment world. We bring in, I think, the best collection of actors of any podcast. I think our guest list will stand up with anybody's. I love the fact that we do a lot of musicians, especially up and coming musicians. We've had authors, we've had directors, we've had writers. I think it's only a matter of time before we got into some people doing some influence work, and in Christine's case, very positive influence work. So if you liked what you heard, what you watched, and you want to help us out, if I can get the words out, we'd really appreciate the help. And you can help us really easy. If you're watching, our YouTube channel is MeisterCon Pod. Please subscribe. That would help more than anything else, and it's free. If you're listening, wherever you're listening at, podcast app wise, just subscribe. That'll help us as well. You can find today, I posted episode 486. You can find all of those audio and video on our website, meistercon.com. It'll let you know if we're doing anything in studio, if we're covering a convention, if we're going on location. All that'll be on the website, meistercon.com. And we're working on some positive additions to the website. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much. Until next time. Bye, everybody.